guys fresh if there is a pennant race in September.
3-2 now to Billy Hatcher, and that's why Larkin is out of there tonight. On another front, Larkin's played all but one game this year. Piniella says he's been able to get everybody some rest. Everybody's fresh right now. Nobody's tired. 3-2 pitch fouled off to the right, and well back out of play. 3-2. Larkin could be, if we have a tight one, and particularly we'll see Larkin in the ball game later on. He's been having a great year for the Reds, although he's tailed off at the plate a little bit lately too.
It's great if you can have a 328 hitter coming off the bench, sitting over there knowing that you have a hit if you need it.
That's a base hit for Billy Hatcher. Pretty good at bat there for Hatcher.
That's a real good at bat because two things happened there. Not only did he foul off a lot of pitches and get a base hit, but he had a chance to see all of Valenzuela's pitches in one at bat. He saw the screwball, he saw the fastball, he saw the curveball, and he saw the slider. Now for the rest of the ball game, he knows exactly how those pitches will move each and every time at bat. A lot of times you have to waste an at bat because you don't get to see the guy's all of his pitches in one at bat.
And here is Eric Davis. Now look at that batting average, 243. But just a little over a week ago, it was below 200. He has been red hot. 4 homers in the last 8 days. And he's looking like the Eric Davis that everybody remembers now. Strike one.
That looked like a pretty good fastball there from Valenzuela. That may be the best fastball he's thrown tonight. But if you're going to come inside on Eric Davis, you have to have a good fastball, especially if you're a left-handed pitcher, because he can see it a lot quicker than he does from the right-hander.
Now Hatcher, the runner at first, has stolen 16 bases this year. And it's ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike to Davis. Eric, send one past Fernando. ESPN. It's a good one. And he can. Davis has been hitting them all around the ballpark. He surprised even Piniella the other night when he blasted one to right center in a game in which he hit 2 homers against Houston. Piniella said, I didn't realize he had that kind of power to right center. That one wings the plate umpire, Jim Quick. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Davis told me something, though, as hot as he is, that was kind of surprising. He says, I'm not there yet.
Well, I think the reason is, John, is because he still feels that his right knee is not 100%. It's much better than it was 2 weeks ago. It's much better than it was yesterday. But it's still not 100%. And that is where he gets his bat speed from, by turning his right knee and generating a lot of bat speed with the lower part of his body.
He's wearing a brace on that knee that weighs about 4 pounds. Hatcher back to the bag. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Eric Davis. Glenn Braggs is on deck. There you see the knee and you see the brace.
He also wears high-top shoes, and that's from an old injury. Last year he had problems with his ankles.
There goes Hatcher. And Scioscia drops the ball. So Hatcher steals second, his 17th steal of the year. And he steals it uncontested.
Valenzuela holds runners pretty well at first base, but Hatcher's had a chance to see a lot of moves from over there, and he gets a pretty good jump. Scioscia had a shot at him, but he cannot get the ball out of his glove cleanly, and so he doesn't make a throw. But Hatcher got a good jump, and he slides in safely.
So he's got 17 steals. The Reds as a team have stolen 91 bases, and they've been thrown out only 27 times. So they've got many weapons with which to come after a ball club. 2-2 pitch fouled off of Scioscia. Still 2-2 to Eric Davis.
So far, Valenzuela has been able to tie Davis up inside and keep the ball inside. If you establish that you can pitch inside to these hitters, then you have a chance to go away. And that's the thing that Valenzuela always did so well. Everyone talked about the screwball, but he always used the fastball and the slider on the inside part of the plate to keep the right-handers from leaning.
No score in the game, but the Reds with a threat. 1 out, runner at second. The 2-2 pitch to Eric Davis. Screwball, and he fought it off. So, as was the case with Hatcher, who eventually singled, Valenzuela having a hard time putting these hitters away right now.
And that's the difference in Valenzuela now and, say, 7 years ago. 7 years ago, when he got you 0-2 or he got ahead of you with 2 strikes, he could get you out because he had a couple of options then by coming inside and throwing the screwball away. Now he doesn't have many options unless he sets them up perfectly in the pitch sequence. Now I think the only way he can get Davis out is away.
2-2 the count. Valenzuela checking Hatcher. Pickoff play. He's safe. Juan Samuel, the second baseman, taking the throw.
It's tougher for a left-hander to pick a guy off second base than it is a right-hander. The left-hander is turning away from where he's throwing, and then he has to find the guy that's covering. Samuel would be in sight all the time of the right-hander.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Eric Davis. Again, Fernando with a look at Hatcher. And again, Samuel comes in for the pickoff.
That was interesting there. The first time Hatcher went back in diving, and Samuel tried to block him off the base with his knees. This time Hatcher does not slide, and he runs back in with his body and bounces into Samuel. If you slide back in or run back in standing up, you cannot be blocked off the base.
Well, we're watching the NHL playoffs there for a moment. They're going to try it again. Hatcher wants timeout.
Hatcher gets a bigger lead this time than he's had the entire time he's at second base. A quick move by Valenzuela, but not in time.
Hatcher again with a fairly long lead over there. He's not going anywhere. Davis lines it foul.
That's why I say I don't think he can get Davis out inside this particular bat, because Davis has been seen a couple of pitches inside and he knows the speed in there, and Davis has such a quick bat. It's going to be tough for Valenzuela to sneak a fastball or a slider by on the inside part of the plate. He may be able to get him chasing a pitch up and out of the strike zone, but if he throws a strike, I don't think the fastball will get him out inside.
And is all of this action going on at second base, does that have any kind of an adverse effect on Eric Davis?
I would think it would if I was the hitter. I'd never like to see guys jump around because it would distract me from what I was, I'm watching a pitcher. I'm waiting for this particular pitch or this particular zone for the pitcher to throw in. And all of a sudden he turns and throws to second base. Now you have to start all over. It breaks your concentration.
Davis has hit 3 home runs against that man, Fernando Valenzuela, in just his last 28 at-bats against him. Not a bad figure. There goes Hatcher outside. Scioscia hits Eric Davis as he made the throw, and Hatcher will score. Scioscia makes the wild throw as he hit Eric Davis. Hatcher has stolen a run.
Well, as you mentioned, he fought off Valenzuela. He singled, he stole second, he stole third, and he scores on the error by the catcher Scioscia. He has a good jump. Actually, Scioscia has a shot at him, but the throw is inside, and Harris can't come up with it. Hatcher comes in to score.
And Davis draws a walk on the 3-2 pitch.
One of the reasons that you can steal third base is because if there's a right-handed hitter in the batter's box, it's tough for the catcher to throw straight through. He has to either throw around the hitter or behind him. And what happened there was Eric Davis did not move. He doesn't have to move. And so he caused Scioscia a lot of problems, and there was nothing he could do. Harris is going to the bag. A good throw may have had Hatcher. It was going to be close, but the throw was way inside. No chance for Lenny Harris to make a tag.